What's going on, everyone?
What's
We got
happening?
an exciting day today. We're going over some footage fresh off the presses from the competition yesterday. So we had a great showing. We had 4 competitors out of the adult group, and then, man, I don't know, maybe like 3 or 4 kids, something like that. I know Kurt's kids competed.
Yep.
And then we had a new kid, Roddy, come to the a new kid to the school. Roddy, he competed yesterday too, and he was a little beast as well. So, what's going on, man? We're let's get started.
Yeah, just want to call out congratulations to all the competitors, regardless of the outcome, right? I mean, I think we had a really good showing, but just wanted to say it takes a lot to go out there and compete. Some people get really nervous about it and don't want to do it, but just going out and competing, the act of competing, adds so much to your game. And we're all super proud of you, all the coaches, right? I think I can speak for all the coaches when I say we're really proud of each and every one of you that went out there and put it out there.
Absolutely. Cool. So let's get started with Camden. So I gotta say, as much as I like Good Fight, this was all right. Might need to slow this one down a little bit. This competition, they were definitely running behind schedule. It was a little rough. I mean, I know these people who run these competitions do the very best they can, and you'll have to excuse me as I veer off. I was recording all these except for Stevens. You know, man, sometimes you're watching, you just kind of get into it. You totally forget about where the camera's pointing.
Of course.
But yeah, so Camden ended up, let me just pause this so we don't miss anything. Camden ended up getting put with this young man who was lighter than Camden. They actually, the people making the bracket skipped over both of them and didn't place them in a bracket. And then his parents and Camden's mom were both like, what's going on here? So they just said, do you want them to go together? They both agreed to it. And as a lighter guy, who often goes against heavier guys, hats off to this young man, willing to step up and take this match against Camden. I don't know what their size difference was, but it's definitely a not an ideal situation to find yourself in, but he gave it his all, so it was really good to see. And he had a cool rash guard. So Camden really showed his coachability yesterday. You know, I mute all these videos just because you can see Kurt's boys.
Yeah, I was gonna say
up in the corner. You know, it's cell phone videos, so the audio quality is pretty loud. Oh, and he's going against the kid he's going against is Roddy, our other newer student. They ended up in the same bracket. We're up at the top. But yeah, Camden was super coachable during his matches, which we really appreciate. So here he's laying on some heavy shoulder pressure on the jaw, making it difficult for his opponent to turn back to him and regard. And he gets his knee free, right? He was reaching back. I think Luke was telling him to work on getting that knee free. And once he got to mount, doing the best he could to retain it, right? You can see he's got his feet tucked underneath him, and he's fighting fighting the grip fight. I think he was a little overzealous there, looking to maybe
to get to the back.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But his opponent,
yeah, if I remember right, Luke was trying to coach him to the back, I believe.
Yeah, as you know, common strategy, working that Americana to have him defend it so that you can then take his back, right?
Great 2-on-1. Okay. Not accepting bottom position. I like that.
Yeah, absolutely. So his opponent's kind of turning away and really exposing his back here. Camden's doing a good job. I love that. Just like shelving the guy's legs, keeping his knees pointed away, making it so difficult for his opponent to regard. And if I was coaching his opponent right now, I don't know, for a split second, like right here, what he's doing with his hands up top, like Bertram often yells at us when we start bear hugging an opponent instead of pushing them away, framing them, trying to create space and fill it. Yeah, I know. Like, Cam is completely tearing it up. Like, it's really awesome. And one thing we haven't gotten to see as his training partners and coaches is how he performed on the wrestling mats, right? Because he started doing that in the middle of school this year. So this was our first look into his competitive spirit. So this was really, really awesome to see, and he brought it. He straight up brought it. Trying to isolate an arm there. Not much of an armbar attack, but doing his best to get to it.
Yeah, he used it as a kind of a sweep.
Yeah.
Now he's working to the back here. I don't know if he's. Side position's still good.
And here he's really focusing on it, fighting this arm fight, trying to get an arm isolated, either, it looks like across the body. I don't know if he's familiar with an omoplata yet, but he's got a what he did have here when I was watching this, I was like, I don't think he realizes, but he's got a bicep slicer. Right?
Oh yeah, with his hand. That's right.
So if he kind of cranked down on this triangle a bit, you know, he's got him in a move that's probably illegal for white belts. I don't think you can do bicep slicers there, but yeah, almost to an omoplata, and then.
Oh yeah, that's right. I did watch this one.
Yeah, so
nice freeze.
Let's look back at this real quick. In fact, let's slow it down. So early on, right? He's not even in what you would consider like an ideal leg position on an armbar.
Right.
Like the kid's body is pretty free to move. But he I think he recognizes that. Gets the best he can. Starts breaking the arm over the hip. I mean, like, that's how many white belts do you see breaking, going for breaks over the hip instead of over the chest, right? So this is again, testament to his coachability, how much he listened. Like, oops, of course I missed it. Like right here, like that's savage. That's like that's how like the best in the world, and when they go for arm breaks over the hip like this, right? So really awesome to see that. Cam was tearing it up, and the kid, again, like, hats off to his opponent, putting on a fight against a guy bigger than him and everything, but they were both game. And then naturally, since they're the only two in the bracket, it goes to a best 2 out of 3, so his opponent has a chance for redemption. And I think this match went a little bit longer.
Ooh, okay.
Trying to be effective with his butterflies.
Yeah.
Not quite shutting down the base, but I like the attempt.
Yeah, he's got an overhook. He does not have the underhook, so it's tough to get to the back without that underhook. Well, you can't get to the back without that underhook.
Yeah. Again, look at his opponent, like really focusing on pinning him and getting around the legs. Like, kid was doing a great job here.
Yeah, he's got him pinned, right? Like, in points, this would be a pass.
Yeah. What he doesn't have is a deep crossface, good shoulder pressure on the chin. So lacking a little bit there. And Camden's, making good use of his frames in that space that his opponent's given him, getting his hip side forearm in, pummeling over that shoulder line.
Looks calm and collected, like this is.
Yeah, like he knows he just has to get, he's got to get his knees in now. And then he gets to half guard, and he's like, all right, let me look for a sweep, Let me crossface him a little bit.
So he opts for the whizzer instead of fighting for the underhook.
Kid going for a Kimura.
Yeah.
Camden
I
smart.
mean, they're going after it.
Yeah, yeah. Good awareness of Cam to hide his arm though. Like he's trying to bury his arm, and I imagine he feels safe enough right now to start trying to pry open the legs.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to see him get an inside position with that elbow, right? Getting it inside the knee. Mm-hmm. Right. This is kind of dangerous what he's doing there when he's pushing on the knee like that with his hand. I don't know if his opponent was well versed in triangles at this level. But that's something he's going to have to watch out for.
Yeah, for sure.
Which later on, there are no shortage of triangles in this footage. So hopefully Austin's in chat to chime in. Let's go back to that real quick. Kid's doing a great job of keeping that side guard. He's got the elbow-knee connection. Cam's got a beat. Tracking him as best he can.
Mm-hmm.
Really good regarding from his opponent.
It is, yeah.
Great awareness, getting the knee free, and then starting to attack up top.
Yep.
And I think his opponent could probably do well to practice some mount escapes, right? Especially, with bigger opponents, it's something you really want to shore up. Right, Cam's doing well to hide his feet. Looks like he's almost got it. His opponent's almost got there it is. Back to a 3/4 guard, but Cam's making him fight for it. Pinning the shoulders with that body weight, laying up across the top, and then focusing on the legs, trying to get his knee free. Good. Oh man, really, really good battle for hip height right there. Right. I was just talking to a student about this today. Right. You've initiated a sweep. Now it's up to who's gonna get their hips up higher. Right. Who's gonna get there first? Cam scrambles again. Might be part of his wrestling that he was getting into this past year. But with that scramble initiated, he got the top position and was able to end up working for this armbar. Great transition.
Yep.
Back in the mount. Into a triangle.
Triangle.
I love it. I don't know what happened there. Like it looked like he popped it open. I don't know if maybe Cam thought the kid tapped or like he made a sound or something. But Cam stayed on it.
Yeah.
And again, we don't get to see the finishing mechanics, but he's got the arm extended. Or he did have the arm extended. Oh, okay, maybe we do. Oh, right. I just
Yeah.
Great adaptation there, right? I don't know if I've ever seen Cam at class in a mounted triangle position, right? Or in this really high mount. He doesn't have a triangle per se, but this kind of S mount that he's in. I don't think I've ever seen him here. And I certainly know that I've never taught him, how to look for and break an arm from this position. Again, these mechanics aren't like textbook picture perfect, right? But the kid's fighting against his opponent's arm that, is wild and still has a lot to move, or a lot of space to move. And he manages to get it by the long end of the lever and take it over the leg in this case, right? Not too far from his hip like he did in the first match. And he gets the tap. A well-earned victory for Cam in both. And then he tries to pick him up by the arm. He just almost broke.
Yeah.
Let's
Good
see
job,
him get his
Cam.
hand raised. Excellent work, Camden. That was really, really awesome. Let's move on to... I've got footage. I think we're going to go over Austin next.
Okay.
Let me get that loaded up. who we got in the chat? I haven't checked yet. So what's up? A few new faces. Welcome everybody. If you guys like what you're seeing, what was that?
We got Brooke, we got Pat, we have Justin, Steven,
Ronnie,
Veronica,
Aiden,
and Aiden. Those are the names that I recognize, at least.
Yeah. If you guys have any questions, speak up. All right, so first off, before we get too far into this, I think this kid was a little bit lighter than Austin. Not much. I mean, they were basically in the same weight class. Super high energy, right? And I'm not throwing shade at this kid because he fought against Austin in all 4 of their matches. They didn't have anybody else. Very animated, very dynamic. Speaks to the level of control that you're going to see Austin exercise in these matches. So. Okay. Now, right off the bat, I was going to be so pissed if Austin won his first match ever in a competition with a reverse triangle.
Oh, okay.
I was like, I was filming this and I'm like, there's no way. Like, this better not happen. Like, I'll be so angry. Just jealous. Just purely jealous.
Jealous, yeah.
but it was great, right? So he's, and I was telling him afterwards, the reason he didn't get this is if we draw a line connecting his opponent's ears, Austin wants to get his knee on this side of the line, right? You can see his knees well on the other side. That's where this strangle sets on almost immediately, right? So it requires from here where Austin's in kind of this top position, it's gonna be kind of difficult when they roll over. Yeah, the kid got his legs around Austin, so it's going to be even more difficult. But if Austin was on his back, he could move his position a little bit better to shift his knees.
Nice, he works to get on top. Okay,
got
reversed.
And his opponent threw a sneaky little strangle at him here that we'll see coming up.
Inside of the guard.
Yeah. Yeah, kind of a punch choke. So I think his opponent's probably not very well versed, if I had to guess, in like standing guard breaks, right? He seems to be trying to work that knee up the butt, seated guard break. As a shorter guy, I totally understand the difficulty in that, especially against a kid like Austin. So there you could see this punch choke he's initiated, right? So he is purely from the guard, just taking cloth and wrapped it right around Austin's neck. And Austin said afterwards, I think the first one was a little bothersome. The second one was dangerous, right? So this one he wasn't terribly worried about it, but then he realized he had to address it. And it happens, I think it happens right here, yeah. Guy switches over to the other side. But look how composed Austin is, right? He's doing good. He's got, his guard's almost broken open. I don't think his opponent knows that. But he's just like, all right, let me reach up to the knuckle line, right? Not grabbing down on the wrist, not grabbing down on the arm. Turns away from it, 2-on-1. And the kid's just straining and burning himself out trying to get it. The other thing, let me call this out too. Just before any of our students think about trying to do this to any of us, notice how extended his opponent's arm is, right? That's a recipe for an arm bar. So just keep that in mind before you start trying to punch choke us.
We can. I'll just take your arm.
Yeah, feel free. We could do a high guard, controlling the posture.
Just Trying to extend away to get rid of that punch choke.
Yeah. Yeah, like he's moving his opponent's hips further back.
He's got a body triangle on him for his guard. You see that?
Yep. It's funny, man. I'd never had anybody do that to me until maybe like 3 or 4 months ago, and Brooke did it. And I stopped and was like, do you have a triangle on me right now? Like, I'm in her close guard. I'm like, are you triangling my body? She's like, yeah. I'm like, all right, that's a new one.
All right, so he's got wrist control on that right arm. Okay, maybe not. Or did he have wrist control, or was he just reaching super deep with that left hand?
Are you talking about his opponent?
No, Austin.
I mean, he's got wrist
like
control right here.
Yeah, I mean with his left hand through.
Oh, like behind the back.
Yeah, I can't tell whether he was trying to set up like a Kimura from the other side, or whether he was trying to rotate around the back with that grip. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think he had it here. Yeah, he had like that.
Okay.
Behind the back grip. I don't know. I don't know what his intentions were. Well, if I had to guess, it was to set up his triangle, right?
Yeah.
As we'll see, that was kind of his MO for the day. I love that.
Cross collar.
I love that. Just
the neck.
Yeah, exactly. Just sitting up, throwing
yeah.
something at
Top
him while
lock.
the guy's trying to chill. Yeah.
He threw up the top lock. He was trying. That was good.
He's got a deep grip on the collar. And you could tell he's trying to get his angle. He's trying to work his way up.
He's trying to figure out which arm the guy's going to let him clear.
Yeah.
So now he's got it on the right side. Locks up the original, or the initial. Hooks
Cuts
the
his
leg.
angle.
Hell yeah.
And here I'm screaming, back heel,
That's
back
neat.
heel.
Yeah.
I want to see the. It's hard to see because he hits it in this roll, but like when he gets the leg over the shoulder, it's got to be like right here.
Yeah, like I can't tell what his opponent's doing with the gi. You see how he had the cloth? Like he had cloth. You can see the black gi grabbing. Yep,
Yeah.
You see that with his left hand is reaching behind him slightly like this and grabbing onto Austin's gi.
And Austin's extending his wrist away.
Oh, it's okay. That's a hand. It's
Yeah.
his. That's a
Sleeve grip.
So that's a sleeve grip.
With,
okay, he's
with
trying
the
to get
thumb
rid of it.
which is
Yep.
illegal. But yeah, and then now I think with Austin's right arm extended, that lets him get his right leg over his shoulder in this little transition. So he pops it out.
That's what it is.
And gets it in.
You can tell he's like, yep, I got it.
Yeah, he's been here before.
Hook that leg. That's sick. And then he is doing the back healing.
Yep.
Foot inflection, back healing down. Perfect. Great job.
Yeah, his opponent didn't seem too thrilled. You kind of see he just like no look shakes his hand here.
Mm-hmm.
Good stuff. Good, really good fight from both of them. Here's the cool thing. Now his opponent knows exactly what Austin's gonna do and what Austin's good at. So what does he do? He sits in, pulls guard, tries to fight a different battle, right? And I actually really liked his opponent for doing this. Like he came at every match they had with a different strategy, even as a white belt.
Good.
This kid's a no stripe white belt, according to what's around his waist. So. Yeah, for him to come in and just go, all right, I guess I'll sit to guard now and work from there, and you'll see later what how he tries to adapt in Nogi, right? Like it wasn't just throwing the same thing up at the wall and see him if it would work again,
Collar sleeve. Oh, cross sleeve.
He's got a cross sleeve,
collar. Yeah. Okay. Just
Which,
taking whatever grips are available. Yeah.
yeah, and thinking about it, that cross sleeve grip will give him an opportunity to get his, in this case, his left leg
over.
Yeah. I feel like he's kind of dragging him into deep water with this hand fight,
He is. Yeah, he's slowly, you can kind of see his opponent really second guessing a lot of these grips. So you can tell that he does not want to be inside of this guard.
Yeah, and Austin's put him in a bit of a predicament here where if he opens his elbows up, Austin's going to have arms isolated. If he brings his elbows in too close, Austin's going to throw a leg up over the shoulder, right? So he's constantly having to choose between those two. Austin just completely unfazed. Look at that face.
Stoic.
Yeah, I wish he was in chat right now. I don't know if he expected us to do this today.
Damn, that was a good takedown behind him.
Yeah, I just caught the end of it. Oh, those were Cole's opponents.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that was Cole's weight class. Those were his two opponents. It's not a lot of action from Austin's opponent in this round, right? He had those punch choke opportunities the first time around, but now
we got it.
Yeah,
that high guard really freaked the guy out, and he wound up trying to pull back.
Yeah,
Austin took a great approach and kind of forced his hand, right? And then once he starts pulling away, he controls one sleeve and then lets the other one go. As the guy rips out, he throws the leg over.
Yeah.
So he's controlling the right arm of the guy.
It did look like a bit of a panic response from him, right? He's got his legs up real high, so I wonder if he was gonna try to rip his head out as well, like if he was just leading with his left arm, but the left arm made it out and his head didn't.
Yep. Yeah, you can see like his head's trying to duck left,
Yeah. But again, like basically the exact same finish. Hooks the leg.
Awesome. I love seeing that.
Yeah, it gets to a great angle.
Look at his foot. Back healing. Nice. Guy's probably uber pissed now.
I mean, it's the last gi match, so not much you could do. But that was gold medal for Austin. So obviously Cam got his gold medal, and he only did no gi.
Okay.
So then Austin took gold in gi. Now again, same opponent for no gi later on in the afternoon. Opponent opts to sit to guard. I'm curious if the kid, he had a straight ankle setup here, right? Like he was going for it, but Austin reacted extremely well, right? He sat up into him, got close, planted his foot.
Hell yeah!
Right, and did okay to get did okay to get his ankle free. Let's look at that one more time. Slow that down. And the whole time, so like his opponent, I think a lot earlier his opponent could have secured this, right? Like look, his elbow kind of stays out. It's almost like he's using his elbow to post, when really he should be totally committing his arm to that grip. But Austin took advantage of it, right? So he knows to sit up, plant his foot, drive into him. I love the arm control too, like the frame that the kid has on Austin's chest.
Yep.
He just
pulls it right across and goes.
And even if he ends up on his back here, he he got himself safe. He got his leg free. So.
Yep.
Excellent framing and regarding.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
In fact, let's just look at that real quick too. So keeping good frames, never letting the knee get extended away from the body. Framing the hips. You could see. Watch his foot over here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Kid's starting to flank him. Austin plants his foot, basically reverse shrimps, and then comes back in, knee all the way across, guarding up very nicely.
Beautiful.
Excellent side guard.
Poor guy's like, oh shit, I've been here before.
Mm-hmm. I'm let this play normal speed just because they're both pretty quick with their hand movements.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and this is a really great opportunity for Austin to work a hip bump sweep.
Mm-hmm.
And I couldn't care less if he got that sweep. What the hip bump sweep is great for is a triangle entrance, right? Is that kid, as it like, let's just say Austin takes him in this direction, right? That kid's gonna base his hand out here, and that's an opportunity for Austin to hip heist up, withdraw his right leg, and then throw it over the shoulder and hit a triangle entrance. The reason I think that this is good for a hip bump is not only is this kid sitting back on his haunches, he's on his ass, right? Like normally we talk about it when someone's in your closed guard and they're like butt to heels. That's a good time to hit it. This kid's even further back than that. He's basically just seated.
Yep.
But he doesn't need that. We gotta look at that entrance in slow-mo.
What's up, Deathcore? Yeah, we've this is now what, fifth match? Fifth match.
Yes. Yeah, so we're watching our boy Austin here in the gray. This is the third triangle he's hitting against the same opponent. And mind you, this is Austin's first competition ever. He's a white belt. He's never, he came to us months ago and has never competed and came out here super well composed.
Ooh.
Hitting the same move over and over again.
Okay, switch that and got it.
So let's go back to this entrance and slow it down.
Well, you're right on time, Austin. We're going over your third match, man.
What's up, dude? Yeah, we need you to chime in on tell us what you were thinking, what you were feeling. Hold on, let's watch this again. I didn't pay close enough attention. So, hand fighting here.
Yeah.
Just great, man. Really great. Oh, Austin, while you're here. In fact, let me I'll just repeat what I was just saying to everybody else. This is a good time for you, and I think we discussed it a little bit. The hip bump sweep is something you're going to want to add into your entrance this year, right? So you would try to take him, let's say, in this direction, since you have a collar tie on with your left hand. Try to push him to the side, get his hand to plant, and then this, you take this leg of yours out and then up over the shoulder. In fact, like, hip bump sweeps rarely ever work as sweeps, in my opinion, or at least in my experience. Much, much better to use for a triangle entrance. So let's watch it one more time. Why not? Full speed.
Boom.
Well, even a little sped up, but whatever. So yeah, and then what do you say? I thought it was solid until I missed the underhook. Yeah. So he was smart, right? Like he kept, well, I don't even want to say smart because I wouldn't really do it myself, but and that is my measure of intelligence. No, he's, he knows what you're trying to do next, which is hook the leg. You did it in the last two triangles, so he's kicking his leg back to avoid it. In a pinch, you can also just use an underhook on this near side arm to try to pull yourself over, right? It's not as effective because it's more near to you, so you can't get as much pull out of it. But it can help. But either way, man, I mean, like, you had his trapped arm well under your control. I'm just glad you kept your composure and you knew that your leg configuration was good. And then when you saw the opportunity for the underhook, you took it.
Yep.
So it was perfect. So now this kid's like, all right, 0 for 3.
Yep.
All triangles.
All to triangle.
Let me figure out what I need to do. Yo,
yeah,
Mike,
you're right. Yeah.
Go ahead. What were you gonna say?
Well, I was gonna say you said earlier that the guy had 3 different strategies, or each match came in with a different strategy.
Yeah.
And yeah, so far exactly that.
Tell me, do you think this ref is Krispy Kreme? Isn't that?
Dude, yeah, it is.
Isn't that him?
It is.
That's what I thought. Luke wasn't sure, but yeah, that's what I thought.
Think so.
He was a good ref. So I'll save that story for later. There was a moment in Steven's competition that was kind of funny. Double guard pull.
Yep.
That's Austin adapting to his adaptation. They're evolving.
So he's trying to go for the head. Okay.
I'm just gonna slow this whole match down, or keep it at normal speed.
Yeah.
So yeah, this kid was
guy's hunting for the head. Yeah.
and yeah, again, like just to that point, right? Like he tried an ankle, right? He tried that punch choke in the gi. Now he's like, let me stay the hell out of this kid's guard and try to get something else, right? Try to go for a guillotine. He hadn't attempted any upper body submissions on him yet. So we just called the kid for reaping, I think. Which keep in mind for later. Oh yeah, that kid was super reaped. Did you see that? Watch I mean, look at his.
Oh yeah, I did not see that.
I couldn't tell from my I mean, you can't reap more than that.
Right.
Austin's knee is fine, but that's funny. That kid will be a good leg locker one day.
Mm-hmm. So now Austin's playing in the guard.
Yep. And I got to be honest, like coming into this match, because neither one of them is tired, right? So we weren't concerned with like, oh, you're gonna wear him out, That wasn't an option.
Yeah.
So this kid starts throwing up some different attacks. Austin gives the evil Knievel thumbs up.
Yeah.
So it was like all right, he doesn't have an arm in right now, so there's no triangle threat here, and he's not Steven, so he's not hitting the no arm triangle, which he hit on me at class earlier. But in any case, yeah, I was a little bit more concerned during this match that Austin was more vulnerable, just because we hadn't seen this kid's other attacks. And we knew that he was going to try something new, right?
Look at that shit. Look at that, though. He's pummeling in. He's getting both arms in because he knows one arm in, one arm out.
Yep.
Gives a triangle. And so he sees the gap. And he threads right in between.
Yeah, because he does have a trap triangle here.
Yep.
Just
composure.
Drives the shoulder in.
Nice.
Yeah, so Luke just said his guard's open right here, and Austin goes, oh, okay, bye. and just gets right out. I was like, I wasn't winning the battle in the guard, so I'm not gonna chill there. And then there was a little oopsie daisy here from the kid. Right there, like, head butted Austin's knee extremely hard with the bridge of his, like, the sound it made was like, it was a crack, man. It was like a bullwhip. It was bad. And like, for a second, I actually thought Austin kind of like inadvertently slapped him or something, like in this little like transition, like right there. But yeah, the kid just kind of like spazzed downward and took his nose right across Austin's knee.
It looks brutal.
Yeah, it was rough. That really sucks.
Yeah,
he did. He ate it, man. He came right back.
That'll wake you up. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
It'll wake you up or put you to sleep, one or the other. And then he's reaping again.
Yeah. Hey, oh, okay. Thank you. Yeah, and
beautiful.
Yeah, let's just watch it again. Like, watch Austin's reaction, right? He's trying to boot and extend his heel, and then his left arm comes in, gets that foot right off the hip, shifts his hips out and over, like second nature. It's almost like we know what we're teaching at the school.
I know,
just
right?
Cranking on as the ref was. Yeah, for sure. Hey, more power to him though, man. I mean, you do what you got to do. Let the ref do his job. That's why you don't necessarily let go of a sub until the ref tells you to let go. Yeah. Oh, I think maybe that was the time where Luke was like, "Get up, his guard's open." And here we are again.
You guys probably like, yep, not here again. You guys gonna have PTSD when he goes into somebody's garden.
Yeah, I mean, man, for a really long time, I don't know about you back at like white or blue belt, but once I realized I sucked at breaking guard, I just never went into people's guards. Like, I would just try to play from the outside, or as soon as they would wrap up a guard, I would try to escape before they could lock it in. So again, body triangle over the back, working up to almost a figure four top lock, but gets the arm gets the leg over the shoulder here, but this time gets the arm bar. Yeah,
nice.
So we've been giving his opponent a lot of credit for adaptation and just throwing everything he can, but here Austin comes in and does it himself, right? He's like, all right, I don't have the triangle. I'm not going to get the triangle in this current configuration, but he left his arm behind. So let me crank down on his head with my leg, switch to the armbar. I mean, how often do you see arm bars from this angle too, right? Like,
not very. Yeah.
Their spines are damn near parallel. You're not cross-eyed. So I highly doubt that this kid saw this coming and had an answer for it. And by the time he realized it, it was probably a little too late. Mango King, what's up, man? I was wondering where you've been. How was your first class back after your injury? How'd that go? Yeah. So look at Austin. He comes up and he's like, "Oh, my nuts." he broke over the old boys. Excellent stuff.
The sacrifices you make for competitive BJJ.
That's right, man. All right, so gold medals all around for Austin. Really, really great work, man. That was
well done, man.
Again,
awesome job.
I was telling him for like a first competition performance, you can't do any better. Like gold medals aside, just the level of awareness and you know, improvisation when you needed to, and all that stuff was just top notch, man. So we're really proud of you. Deathcore, before I forget, I got you, homie. I got the light is totally ruining my shot right now, but we had a couple adult larges, so shoot me a DM and we can get that out to you this week. Anybody else interested? At $60 for rash guards. We got a few in stock that we're trying to empty out, so if you guys like it, hit us up. Let's see, what do we got? Class went well, dude. 4 times a week post injury. That's awesome, man. That's really, really good.
I wish I could go there many times without an injury.
Yeah, right.
Yep.
Cool, man. Everybody giving you props. Cool. Let's go on to Steven. So Steven had 3 matches. 3 matches, and we've got just over 5 minutes of footage from him. So that gives you an idea of what's going to happen. His wife will be taking cell phone videography lessons and will no longer be doing portrait mode. Don't tell her I said that, Steven.
Guy's booting like he knows he's in trouble on that leg.
Yeah, and see, yeah, he's hitting his toe hold right now, right? He's so the kid is the guy's trying to use his second leg to get free. Reset.
Okay, in this same breath, like you were saying.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think Cole was going during this match. So yeah, Cole was over here. You could see him out of the
back right.
Yeah, right here.
Mm-hmm.
So we were splitting duty on this one. So I haven't seen this match. So I didn't realize Steven was in any triangle trouble during any of this. So yeah, okay, he doesn't even have like a trap triangle. It's all right now he does, but Steven's
Standing
well
up.
under control. Yeah, he's got his elbow back.
Very
Great.
nice. Hell yeah.
Let's do that
Beautiful.
again. Okay. So yeah, just sneaks his head out. Takes a
Where
little.
James saved you. What do you mean where James saved you?
Oh yeah. Is this what did James yell to you, Steven? I was it like? Because I thought it was when he said his guard was open or like something like that. Let me go back real quick. Oh, he told you it wasn't locked. Okay, so like a triangle, not just like the trap triangle.
Gotcha.
Man, that's a testament to the importance of coaching. Like you can't see behind you. It was like when you were caught in rubber guard, and I was just like,
Yeah.
you know how to get out of this. And you're like, oh yeah, okay.
Yep.
Boom, 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 I'm out.
So it looks like he's on a Kimura or armbar.
Yeah, it's
Probably
hard to tell.
just elbow to elbow, deep.
Yeah, just trying to get the arm exposed.
Yep.
Or get him off balance. Like,
Yep. I think he's trying to get him off balance here.
yeah, you could set up a back take here. Just crunching the head underneath him.
Come on, ref. So now that guy sits back for his own ankle lock.
Steven, is this the match where the other guy's coach was telling him to like slide down to the ankle to like attack your ankle, and you were all about it
Yeah.
because that.
And belly down. Okay.
All right, so
Tap. Nice.
cue up your bone snapping emojis because that kid's ankle popped apparently. I don't know
It
what
looks like
popped,
it.
but
He was hopping.
yeah, yeah. So the coach was like, I guess yelling to his opponent to attack Steven's ankle, right? Get lower on the ankle, and we all know Steven's more than happy to go into a leg lock shootout with you. So he took full advantage and got the snap.
I like that rear naked grip too. So he reinforced with the right hand. Is that right, Steven? So you had the left hand in the grip,
Yep.
and then you pushed on the shin with the right hand, and we're trying to make the rear naked grip. Is that right? I know we're delayed.
That's what it looks like, though. Yeah. And yeah, Deathcore, that smash pass that he hit out of the triangle is crucial. I mean, that's
Oh yeah.
like the whenever I know I'm like slipping off on the triangle, it's just like it's inevitable, especially like you or Mitch. It's like, oh, I'm getting past next. So yeah, that was a great match. And you'll notice he only had the one gi match, right? So this ref who we've seen knows what reaping is confident. We've seen him compete, and he's a good leg locker. I guess in the other opponent in this match, I think Steven, correct me if I'm wrong, he went up against this dude and got straight ankled or whatever, and he complained to the ref afterwards that he was like, oh, you're not going to call that reaping that he was doing? And it was a whole big thing, and they went back and looked at the video, and the ref was like, his foot's here, it's not here, that's not a reap. And the kid left the tournament.
Oh wow.
In a hissy fit, he left the tournament. So Steven only had one gi match, so he took gold for gi, and then went up against this opponent again, his newly taped up opponent, and decided to attack the other ankle quite quickly and got the tap. So
I mean, you don't want him limping, right? Like just on one side. So you
got to even him out.
Hobbling. You got to have a hobble out the door.
So I mean, let's break it down, right? So the kid pulled guard. He had legs on the outside position, an open guard, supine, and just left his legs in a bad spot. Steven and I were talking about today how his grip is always typically established very, very early. Like his grip is in the final spot where it needs to be, and then he just finds the distance that he needs between his hips and his opponent's hips. Like on a heel hook, how you often tend to shoot your hips as close as you can, right, to get the knee line in, or to get the knee as far in past your knee line as you can. With a straight ankle, you don't necessarily want that. Like if this is our line, connecting our knees, and this is our opponent's knee, typically it's going to be closer to the line here than in like the setup, or a lot of the setups in a heel hook where the knee might be a little bit deeper, right? Would you agree with that?
Yeah. I mean, finish of the straight ankle is all about extension. Heel hook is more about flexion, right?
Yeah. So the kid,
he tapped early. He didn't want to.
He did
sustain another pop. So
yeah,
good on him.
Super friendly guy too. Commended Steven for his technique and everything. So he was in good spirits about it.
You meet a lot of people. I mean, it's competitive. Don't get me wrong, right? But you tend to meet quite a lot of nice people while competing.
Yeah. So this match, I'm not going to spoil it, but it had an interesting finish.
Yeah.
So looks like Steven's doing his best to try to get him
2-on-1,
kind of off balance, crossing arms.
Yep. Elevate.
Almost had a good sweep there.
Yep, he comes up.
Yeah, gets a sweep, takes top position, falls back on the leg.
can't reap. I saw that you were
Yeah.
gonna go for the reap.
Yeah, that was very kind. Step on his hip next time, you know.
Yeah, I mean it's tough. He's trying to scoot away from you like that. I understand. The reap would have definitely helped pull him back into you.
Yeah. Let's go back a little bit. This is when keeping it real goes wrong. So Stephen Dunn got caught in a Hindu guillotine.
I'll be honest. I've never seen that done before,
So
and
I,
I could see, I could see it being very powerful, right? Like the guy's forearm does not slip; it's reinforced by the heel.
yeah,
All the slack of the guillotine is taken up by the ankle and the heel in this
Yeah.
spot. You know what I mean?
yes,
And it's a high elbow finish.
it's all that, and it reminds me of like the 10-finger guillotine finish,
Yes.
as opposed to that's exactly what it is, Mango. This
Yeah.
was popularized by 10th Planet, and I think specifically, I know Ben Eddy hit like 2 of these at trials this weekend, like this. So it was kind of coincidental that this made the rounds on Instagram, and then Steven got caught in it. And the kid talked to Steven about it and was like, he's like, I've been studying some 10th Planet stuff, like just to like work on it. Anybody could do this move, and I tried it today, and I sure as shit can't do this move. Like my, yeah, Justin, I completely understand where you're coming from. So let's look at it step by step, right? So, Steven's posture's broken, and he keeps it broken with the rubber guard, right? So he pulls up and hits that rubber guard position, keeping a nice like false grip down to the wrist on the ankle. From there, he reaches so far over the ankle that he gets his elbow down, right? So he gets his elbow past the ankle and the shin and hooks down to get his grip, right? So now he's got grip established on one side, and then he works his grip in on the other side. So now you can see like both of his elbows popping up and over. His grip that he was doing, it was like some strange 3-finger grip. He was telling Steven about it. Nice enough to talk Steven through. I think Steven's, kid got his hand raised. Steve turned to him and was like, all right, what was that? Like, break that down for me, because I have no idea what that was. And then from there, yeah, it's like a 10-finger finish where, you're the what would you call it? Just like the V grip of your hands, the connection of your hands is what's in to the strangle, not a forearm across the throat, or like the crook of your arm being where the neck is resting. I gotta be honest, I mean, I'd rather just work on having an unstoppable guillotine than hitting this move, but it worked for him, so can't take that away from him.
Yeah.
All right. So that was Steven's day, and again, so Steven took silver for no gi, gold for gi. Excellent performance all around, and I think what I enjoyed most about Steven and Austin's performances was they went out there with a strategy in mind, like knowing what they wanted to hit, and they worked to hit it. I know, man. You and me both. My little T-Rex arms and stubby bow legs. Like, you won't catch me hitting that move anytime soon. I'll blow out my ACL before I do that. So, onward to Cole. Now, I've got 40 minutes worth of footage on Cole here, and it's already 9 o'clock, so this should be fun. So let's fast forward a bit. So Cole had an interesting day. He had 2 guys in his division And then they called him to the bracketing table and asked him if, in addition to his division, he would want to bump up to the next highest division, where there was a 230-pound guy who didn't have any competitors. Cole's 190, so he gave up 40 pounds. And we'll see those matches later, but that's above his weight class. So let's watch him in his weight class. I want to see this takedown. Cole. Yep. Sitting down, gets the guard in, and just stays nice and balled up, right? Keeps the kid from or keeps the guy from getting his base established, and rolls to a top position. Unfortunately, in gi and no gi, Cole got to do his division first. They almost tried to make him go against the heavier opponent at the start of no gi, and Luke ran over and was like, no. He's gonna go after his division, because it's taxing. What did Cole take 10 times longer to sieve? Because Cole wants you to suffer, man. He's a sadist.
Yeah, you see the hair?
That's more masochistic.
Oh.
Needs to redo his roots. So this guy looks like he's working a loose cross-collar threat here. Cole doesn't seem to be too fazed by it. He's got hands on the wrist, preventing him from getting the finish. Maybe thinking about a loop choke here, but not really digging a hand in to get it. There's a bit more of a, I don't know, even that loop choke, it's too, his hand's too far in front of the ear to really be a good loop choke. But he's worked to a high guard. Cole stays composed, gets that knee through.
Left knee comes through. That's really nice.
He was in a little bit of triangle trouble there, right? He had to be smart about what he was doing here, but he kept that inside position.
You're in there on the action shot. Jeez.
Yeah, no, it was cool to be able to get right up on it. So what you
slipped right in the mount. Sorry.
No, that's fine. I was gonna say what you can't hear is Luke's instruction on watching his base, right? You're gonna watch Cole switching his hands a lot and switching his body position a lot, and Luke is as close to Cole as I am right now, and is right in his ear, telling him when to switch arms, when to base out. And again, a testament to coachability and how crucial of a skill that is. Cole was on point with it the whole time. So doing the best he could to listen and adapt. Series fully based out.
This is really good top pressure by Cole.
Yeah, the guy hasn't really had any significant mount escape attempts at this point. I got the ref standing right in front of me and Luke trying to coach him as well. See, I think his opponent was, when it came to escapes, it looked like he was largely depending on bridging, and trying to buck him off, as opposed to more methodical things like an elbow escape, stuff like that. So
hands on hips.
Yeah, Cole had an easier time maintaining. I mean, it looks like he's a no strike blue belt, so that's something he can add into his arsenal. Just further example of that, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's grabbing onto the gi.
And this is the game we all know and hate from Cole, right? Where he's in mount and he starts isolating your arms, and that's really what I wanted to see, if like he was going to get into a dominant position, which we often see him do at competitions. I wanted to see him work the game that he's had the most success with, just like we saw Austin doing, just like we saw Steven doing. And then I think one thing I was telling him after this match was kind of what he's doing here, right? I would have liked to see more of it as he starts to isolate elbows, getting his knees working up the body to take up that space.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Right, so starting to ride.
Switching. Yeah. Oh, he's got that knee up nice and high.
Yep. So yeah, I mean the guy did well to keep his grip together. I guess maybe he slipped the elbow, but Cole didn't take it lying down and jumped back up to work to top position again.
He's got that far side. Okay, not isolated yet.
Cool. So that was regulation time. So Cole.
Oh wow.
Cole
How fast was that? 5 minutes?
Blue belt matches, I believe, are 8 minutes. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So Cole was the only one on the day to have the privilege of getting to overtime.
Oh, we're watching it fast. I got you.
Yeah.
My bad.
So they start for the uninitiated. Overtime position at Good Fight starts on the back. So in Cole's case, he has to escape, and then he has to submit his opponent from the back next. So here, guy takes mount, Cole's out of back. So now they'll switch positions, and Cole has to get the submission. If he doesn't, and his opponent escapes, they go to the same deal but from an armbar. And if it doesn't happen there, they go to the same thing but from a triangle. And then they cycle through that until there's a clear winner. Or if you're a white belt, they start you standing, and whoever gets a takedown wins. So Cole got the rear naked strangle.
Awesome.
Yeah.
In the gi.
In the gi, right? And I think I've said
Cool.
enough times, like, normally when you got the cloth, use the cloth, right? But he managed to get under the guy's chin and went for what he had and got this little short choke to take the win in his first match. Let's watch him get his hand raised, just because. There we go.
Good job, Cole.
Really good. And then his second opponent. This guy had a pretty wide stance that I would have liked to see Cole take a bit more advantage of, just working foot sweeps and some, unit, even if you're not as committed to foot sweeps, like just working it to get the guy moving. Just like we disrupt the base from a seated guard, you want to disrupt his feet from a standing position, get him stepping, get him leaving openings to set up your takedowns.
Is this guy still in Cole's weight class?
Yes. Yeah, this is, I believe, the gold medal match for the weight class. Ref trying to get him to stop.
Mm-hmm. Cole's fist ball.
the bone breaker.
I was wondering that too, Mango King, the way that he was standing. I just don't know.
Oh, that's an interesting observation. Yeah.
He was standing pretty upright, wide base. I didn't see him bugging, like the lapels enough to.
And look at his. So this like double hand extended thing he's doing.
Yeah.
He had some interesting grip engagements.
Yeah.
I hadn't considered that, but
It's possible.
yeah, and I mean like right there, right? He kind of hit. I don't know what you'd call that exactly.
Kind of like an Osoto, but it's not. It's like
Or
a
like a-
side.
More like
trip.
a Tayatoshi, right? But he didn't lower his level. Yeah, I don't know, but Cole stayed safe on it. Got
And
to
sweeps.
half guard and
Yeah.
then got himself a little butterfly sweep.
So he's heavy on the right side. He's got. Oh no, actually, he had an underhook on the right side. Okay.
So we had no, you had. Oh, you're right. Left side overhook.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Opposite of what I would have expected, but
Yeah. I think
nonetheless.
his opponent was off balance in that direction, so Cole was just like, all right, let's just go with what we got.
Mm-hmm.
Right, so he pummels in for that butterfly, and then like I've pointed out before, look at the other leg, right? Powering
Driving,
off the mat, driving, trying to get his hips elevated, and then when he does, he finally gets the top position. Jesus, they're going so fast.
Worked up really high, trying to go for the armbar.
Yeah,
Okay. Just didn't have the angle.
yeah, and his opponent was doing well to keep his elbows tight.
Oh, he's got the shoulder. If he wants it. He sees it. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful use of the butterfly hooks.
There we go.
Driving off. Yep. Nice, Cole.
Yeah, man, Cole rolled for 40 minutes this day. That's he had 9
It's a long ass
matches.
time.
Yeah. That's like what Mitch has had to do these last few tournaments. So here he's caught in this in like a lockdown, right, or a scorpion. An easy thing to do here is pull your heel to your butt and then flare your leg out to the side, right? Doesn't always work. It's a good first step to trying to get out of a lockdown. The second thing you could try is using this leg to push on this foot and start to extend his leg down to break that kind of triangle, that leg triangle he has, break that open, right? That figure 4 that he's extended out.
It's pummeled in.
Yeah, and like the reason that doesn't work right now is because his knee is trapped, right?
Yep.
Cole's knee is deep past his opponent's knee line. Once his knee is free, this is the answer. This is the thing you want to do. But until you get that knee free, you don't want to run the risk of getting that leg, trapped or whatever. Plus, it's not going to be that effective. A general rule I've heard is use the bottom of your foot to get your knee free, the top of your foot to get your ankle free, or to get your other foot free. I was doing everything I could to like get whatever they were doing up top in frame with like without walking onto the mats. Just trying not to be rude. So yeah, again, gotta work on addressing this lockdown position. It's good to see that his opponents. Go ahead.
I was just saying, either the opponent's actively trying to escape, and that way Cole's at least putting pressure on him.
Yeah.
And making him work, like at least wearing him down.
Yeah. And we've been here before, like when it's Cole's just, when he's crushing you from top position, not even letting you like turn your head. It's it can be exhausting just dealing with that, and then knowing that you're gonna have to go to overtime with all this. You're battling conserving energy, keeping your limbs safe, and escaping.
Mm-hmm.
So he's good. Got the knee free there, and then now this is where you'd use the top of your leg to pummel, or just slip it out if you're Cole. I think we might be coming up to regulation time.
It looks like it. You're at 17 minutes. Hang on, why are they starting standing? Yeah, he didn't tap. Or did we miss overtime?
You know what I may have done? I may have spliced in the wrong. Yeah, I spliced in the wrong video there. Looks like I duplicated it. I might have it after all this. Sorry, seizure warning. I guess I don't have his overtime for this match. My bad. Anyway, what happened? They both escaped back. And then Cole won the armbar. He escaped his armbar and then won the armbar. So Cole ended up taking gold in the gi for his division at the end of this match. So my bad.
Sweet.
I had 9 video clips and iMovie sucks, and I was just like, I got all confused. So now we're gonna go on to the heavier matches, right? So this is Cole's 3rd and 4th matches coming up, where he's against a guy who's got 40 pounds on him. And mind you, this is after, the 2 long matches he had before. So Cole's already rolled for almost 20 minutes at this point. And now he's going against a bigger opponent. Let's see that takedown again. Yep. Had, looks like he had double underhooks.
Mm-hmm.
Pummeled left in, pummeled right, and then just inside trip, yeah. It is kind of nice to see you guys having to deal with bigger opponents, though. No sympathy. This guy trains with Garrett Carnes out at Gracie Burlington.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, Garrett wasn't there that day, but a bunch of his crew was.
Shoulder. He's got
working the shoulder crunch, and he gets
Hell yeah, he got it.
Yeah, that was cool to see. I was pretty stoked about that. And he had him in a lot of trouble here too, right? He started to work on that extended arm. Missed that. How did he come up on top?
He just
okay. Yeah, just kind of jumped around the guard and powered through. Yeah, Clint was this guy's name, and like he was again like you talk about gracious opponents and nice people at competitions, and
Hmm.
you know it sucks showing up to a comp and not having anybody in your weight class. So he was you know super grateful for Cole for stepping up and taking the match when
Hmm.
he didn't have to, um, and was very he's going for the Katagatame here.
Gotta,
Cole did a great
I feel
job
like
sucking the elbow down.
Cole's been there before with Danny a few times, maybe.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and like later on in the match, or later on in the day when the Nogi matches were going on, he was totally fine with waiting. You know, the schedule was all messed up, so like these two got called onto the mat multiple times, and we had to run over there and be like, "Yo, you guys haven't even had Cole do his division yet." So he was super patient and friendly. Clint something, I can't remember his last name now, but now he gets it. So really good finishing work there from Clint. I like how patient he was on getting the arm up and over, and you know Cole was pretty exhausted at this point. Clint definitely wore him down a bit. Um, this is probably the last chance Cole had to work his way out of this. It would have required a big backstroke and a nice bridge to complement that. But you know, when a bigger guy's on you, and even look at what Clint's doing too. Like Cole would have had to bridge it over his right shoulder, and Clint is doing a super smart thing here, disrupting Cole's ability to plant his left leg to bridge over in this direction, right? So I wouldn't be surprised if this is maybe one of Clint's bread and butter submissions that he frequently works, because he's doing a lot of things to increase the success of it, and then he switches off when he has the chance. He knows he's in deep on it. Keeps working around till he gets it. So that was killer.
Not a good match.
Yeah. And again, since this is just two guys in a bracket, it's best 2 out of 3. So I think they actually gave him like a good 10 minutes or so. So the two of them had a good rest.
He's got the belt grip. He goes for the Sumigashi. Cole stays really nice and balanced.
Yeah, that was good. He spent a moment on his head there. It's never. I never like being there just because I don't want to crush on my neck. But gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, for sure. Deathcore. The long match.
Yeah. One thing I really liked about like a lot of the competitors this day, like not just our guys, but like Clint here, you see him going for takedowns. There are no points to be scored at this tournament. So, you know, the exertion that it takes to score takedowns can be a real game changer. And you see guys getting out there and working it anyway. I'm not like an anti-guard pulling dude, just because I understand where it's strategically useful. But I love takedowns far more than pulling guard, so it's nice to see that.
Nice.
Good scramble from Clint there. And Cole doing good to frame him and prevent him from getting any position on him.
He's got the Kimura grip. Slips it.
And then the ninja roll, dude.
Ninja roll.
Pretty sick seeing a big guy hitting a ninja roll. Like I was rather impressed. He was he was happy to hit that in competition, I think. Got a good cheer from his crew on the side.
Bow and arrow.
They were calling for it. His coach was wanting him to hit that.
Oh, he let go of the grip from the reset.
Yeah, yeah. I would have argued heavily for that. Yeah, I agree, Mango. Clint's he definitely brought a good game. For bigger guys, not trying to, again, no shade to big guys, but like sometimes you don't expect much out of them, right? But you look at guys like Gable Stevenson in the wrestling scene, and he moves like a 170-pounder. Clint's out here. He's not getting tired. He's throwing attack after attack at Cole, and keeping Cole on the defensive. And it's just great to see that from bigger, more powerful opponents.
The guy's very technically savvy.
Yeah.
Like it's. Oh, see, I mean, like that, like a step over, throwing over for the triangle. You wouldn't anticipate that for a 225, 230-pound person,
Yeah. So Cole has his elbow slipped. And I think at this point, Cole was obviously pretty exhausted, and he was doing his best to not leave him any easy, any low-hanging fruit on the submissions.
Mm-hmm.
But then I think he gets caught here in the kind of a mounted triangle. So yeah, killer performance, really good performance from Clint. Cole sure as shit made him work for it.
Yeah.
Which sometimes that's the best you can ask for, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So Cole took silver in gi in the higher weight division. Let's move on to, this is back to his first opponent, but in no gi.
He's on the head.
Reacting really well on the sprawl there. Just getting the head under control. Right to a pass.
Yeah.
And he was doing really well to dig in under the elbow here. I mean, look at that again.
Yep.
Right. So as soon as he gets past, trying to lift that elbow up and get the hips underneath it. I think he works back down. Yes, that little quick little switch he did there to wipe that elbow up higher and get that frame out. I can't remember. I think I was coaching him on this match because Steven was going on another match or something, and I was urging him to work this mount transition as slowly as he could, like just nice and controlled, no big jumps, and sure enough, right, he gets his knee up, drives across, is pinning him, and then slaps out real quick.
Yep.
And if you ever find your opponent framing you like this, just jam your hip down and wrist lock him. Break his wrist. Not a good way to hold your frame. So yeah, this is more.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, contrary to the first match, that the guy was like very up and grabbing collars and stuff. This guy's very heavy, pushing on the hips and everything, giving Cole a different level of escape attempts, I feel like.
Yeah, but he's still, so like right there, I would expect him to step on feet like that to set up an elbow escape.
Yeah, he wasn't.
Yeah,
trying to turn him.
Exactly. He's still really focused on trying to bridge him over, and at this point, like Upas work at any level, but they gotta be set up. Your opponent's gotta be. It helps if your opponent's really tired, which Cole had some time to recover here. Quick tap there. So yeah, you know, these sorts of big bridging escapes don't work well without the right setup. And you could tell, like, the level of control that Cole has over his head. You know, Cole's own head is very low to the ground in case he needs to base. He's got the arm. I think he has the guy's arm. We'll see here in a second on the finish. Yeah, like he's got
Underhook. Yeah.
he's got the underhook. So like it's just not in the cards to just bridge the guy over. Yeah, let's look at this. Slow it down a little bit. So he's worked to isolate the arm, comes up on it, and just a simple straight arm lock. Good stuff. So no overtime, which I'm sure Cole was very thankful for. And then this guy, I feel like we've seen him before at some competitions, even as far back as like New Breed back in the day, like when we were like blue belts. But we got to see, we had an advantage of seeing him go in a match previous to this, and he's an obvious skilled wrestler, right? Or at least you know, he's got some good takedowns, good leg shots, great setups. I mean, let's.
Whoa, nice.
Yeah,
though, from Cole.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Come on, what's going on? So this dude does an inside trip. I swear to God, this stupid media player. There we go. So an inside trip, comes in on the single, drives up, runs the pipe. But then Cole was, like he kept control of the guy's head and did really well to take top position and turn him onto his back. Cole working his game again, isolating that arm, doing the best he can.
Heavy shoulder pressure.
Yeah, and the good thing about that is this guy has captured so he's captured Cole's left leg, but he's on Cole's right side, and it's very hard to be effective from half guard. One, just flattened out, but two, when you're not on the same side, when your upper body and your head is not on the same side as the leg you've captured. So Cole's got him in a spot here where it's not going to be easy for him to be effective.
So he's trying to attack the cross-side arm. Cole is. Heads down. Oh, he got it.
Is
that an Americana or was that?
Yeah, it was an Americana. So it started off straight arm. Kid bends his arm.
Switches it to the right hand. Goes to the guy's right hand or right wrist.
Yeah,
Sweet.
we don't really get to see a solid angle on it. But yeah, the guy didn't have the ability to really bridge up and save his own arm at this point.
Yep.
So Cole ended up getting the tap. So Cole took gold in his weight class for no-gi as well. So double gold there.
Good job.
And then we've got one more match between the big men. And we only did one here, so again, it would have normally been a best 2 out of 3, but these two just had a couple of wars, and Cole was, again, this was his 9th match of the day, so he was pretty spent. And something tells me Clint's not the kind of guy who just wants like an easy, tired opponent and a quick, easy tap. So I think he was all right with it too. Nice.
Another great sweep.
Yeah, that was awesome. It's a double overhooks, almost like kind of like a lateral drop, but from a seated position, right? So no ability to base out, pulls him right over. Looks solid. Yeah, Cole's sweeps today were great, which I like. That's such an important indicator for me for blue belts is like how effective are you at turning the momentum of exchanges from defense to offense, right? When you could start doing that, and then you start to see purple belts and stuff get really good at offense. It's a crucial part of the game that it's kind of hard to develop, I think, at white belt, just until you get like good body mechanics down, things like that. But yeah, Cole was on point with the sweeps today. I was stoked to see him get a shoulder crunch just from how much he's been working on it. So yeah, he had he was working the same strategy here. He had the arm extended, similar to the last match. He's in half guard, but he just couldn't get that arm bent up. Didn't have quite as much control over the shoulders as he did against the last opponent.
Going through gift wrap. Okay. And then he's looking for the Katagatame.
Yeah, watching him hit these again, like it seems like this is a move he's pretty well practiced at.
Yeah.
But Cole was giving him enough trouble for him to bail on it, so.
Trying to go into a shoulder crunch, or just wasn't the right angle. Now this guy, he's got Cole kind of doing the same type of a thing.
Yeah, he got him to tap. I think he got a Kimura on that far side.
Yep.
Yeah. So. Again, good match. Like for Clint, working that Katagatame and adapting as it was getting shut down was really good to see. So awesome, man. That was Mooresville BJJ's big day out at the Good Fight tournament yesterday. So
hell yeah.
Again, I mean we got Camden taking gold and Nogi. Austin double gold, Steven gold and silver, Cole double gold in his division, and then taking silver against the bigger guys. So like killer showing. I'd say we did pretty good too. Great showing from all of our students. We really appreciate it, and super proud of you guys. Y'all have been putting in a lot of work.
Hell yeah.
So it's
awesome.
Good to see it all come to fruition. On to the next one, right? We got July 22nd, I believe, is 23rd is the Grappling Industries tournament here in Mooresville. So it'll be close to home. Let's show everybody who the best grapplers are around Mooresville. So we'll be training up for that. Deathcore, hit me up, bud, and we'll get you taken care of. Yeah, no problem, Pat. Thanks for tuning in. Happy to help you, Steven. Until you hit me with another no arm triangle. Now you're not my friend anymore. Other than that, get back to class, right? We'll see you guys on the mats tomorrow, on Monday, and then back here online on Wednesday. So until then, trim your nails, do your laundry, don't be stinky, and come get some rolls in. Follow us here, subscribe over on YouTube, all that good stuff. What else? I don't know. I'm forgetting everything. I'm tired. So, anything from you, man?
No, all good, man. Great job, everybody.
All right, we'll catch you guys later.
Later.